presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to John in Orlando. Hey, John, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom, good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm doing great, man.
I want to thank you, first of all, before I ask you about the stock, you and Tim Ward and all the gang at TFNN. I had a really, really good year after the October call you guys made. My 401k is up 72%.
Congratulations, man.
A couple of things I made with Coinbase and other stocks that I made, and I've had a good year.
And we appreciate you growling and prowling with us, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Good Friday afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. We kick things off, and we got markets green across the board. NASDAQ 100, we're up by 1.4%. NVIDIA's in the green. Everything's in the green right now. S&P's up by 1.4% as well. Dow, 1.5%, up 663 points. And the Russell, particular rate sensitive. Okay, particular rate sensitive. We got some Fed action going on today. The odds of a cut dramatically different today than they were yesterday. The Russell, most open to that opportunity, up by 3.1%. The Russell right now, above where we were at 8:30 a.m. yesterday morning. Pretty remarkable. From 2411 down to 2300, and the Russell just touched 2390. Bitcoin, we're well off the lows, but still off by $2,500. Bitcoin has lower lows and lower highs right now. That's your daily. It's a scary daily, folks. Look at the acceleration on the volume today. Okay, you got a low, you got a vol with dramatic volume. It's been ramping up. And yes, you've bounced. But boy, going into a weekend, Bitcoin does not stop trading on the weekend. Sometimes it actually speeds up. And the 1 to 1.618 expansion, almost where we got to a low of 80,750 this morning. The 1 to 1.618, and that is just of the run, folks, that started. Yeah, October 6th. 7 weeks ago? Your A to B makes a B point. October 17th, you bounce, and it's been a one-way trip. Some small bounces in there of a day or two, but that's about it. Bitcoin under pressure. Crude prices. How about this one, right? Got a nice channel to the downside going on in crude right now. We're trading lower. That's your 4 hour. You put it on a daily. And yeah, we got some volume in crude as well. Crude right now, look at this. We've already done 315,000 futures contracts. You're trading lower. Boy, that would be something else, man. As in, you're talking about a move in a channel that brings it all the way down to potentially $53 and change for crude. Gold up by $22 right now. Up $22, up 0.5%, trading at 4,083. Take a look on a daily basis. Yeah, 238,000 contracts today so far. A weekly basis. All right, we jump over to NVIDIA. Okay, I tell you what, I got to take a break, Al, okay? Why don't you jump to break for me quick, okay? And folks, I'll be right back, okay?
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business.
Had to jump off there for a few minutes. And we have the S&Ps right now up by 90, NASDAQ up by 341, and yeah, let's jump into NVIDIA. Okay. NVIDIA shares, quite a bounce, 181.53. We're bouncing right now on 291 million. And yeah, yesterday's acceleration, 343 million. We're going to get some volume at the end of today. You get the acceleration there that, yeah, we're talking about selling those H200 chips. So the Trump team internally floats selling the H200 chips to China. They don't want the downgraded chips. And it's quite an interesting one for China, right? China. But it is that double-edged sword, and that's what NVIDIA is telling them, the officials, saying that if you don't let us provide them the chips, then they're going to figure out a way to provide themselves the chips, right? But nonetheless, internal talks about the H200 chips to China And it's entirely possible the idea remains just an internal debate and never results in an actual license. But yeah, it should be discussed, without a doubt. But yeah. Semiconductor export controls. Nah, we'll just sell them, right? To China. Maybe if we get something back on those rare earths to an extreme degree. But yeah, there was the acceleration on that loose at about 145 in the afternoon. You spiked to 184, you're back to 180, 150 right now. All right, Amazon up by 1.8% right now. Jump over to Microsoft, down by 0.7% right now. Look at Apple powering higher. Apple up by 2.3% right now on a daily basis. And look at this. So 45 million yesterday, do 38 million today. Boy, Apple is strong, man. You're looking at Apple right now. It's going to engulf all of yesterday, and Apple's a strong stock in the sell-off yesterday, but you're going to engulf all of yesterday's red bar, and you have the potential to do it on volume. Let's take out the weekly. Yeah, just consolidating since those earnings late last month. Jump over to Walmart, one of the winners yesterday. On the weekly basis, yeah, huge. Now, you're not going to take out these highs, though, which would have been a dream scenario. Yeah, you trade lower, it's going to be lighter volume. Walmart looks strong, but we got these, especially check out the weekly high on Walmart. 109.58. And that's a big volume bar itself. We have a lot more volume this week, but that's an earnings week, and we're not going to break that number of 109.58. All right, Palantir. Let's check out some of the most volatile. Yeah, I mean, this thing. Look at the volume, the way this thing's going up. Okay? Not exactly convincing of quality volume on the way up. And then, of course, you're going to get a volume spike as this thing accelerates. Doesn't mean it's going back to the lows. But boy, even on a monthly basis, right? Since April, declining volume. You had that one spike in August. Take a look at MicroStrategy. Oof, this thing. Yeah. You're trading MicroStrategy, folks, and you plan on holding it. I would impress on you on the fact that you just be prepared that you wake up and somehow someday that thing's at $0. And I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to $0, but I'm saying that thing, you better believe there's a risk of that going to zero. Okay, they're an ultra leveraged Bitcoin play. And they get some problems. Probably coming back to test them, depending on Bitcoin, of course. But I mean, this thing looks. Where are you going to find a floor? $100? Yeah. Where else? You're going back to the volume. You're already below the highs of March of 2011, and the highs of earlier, the week prior, were all the way down at 145. Yeah, if you're checking out Uber, you know, this thing's down almost $20 from the highs, almost a 20% pullback from where you were trading about a couple months ago, and we're now at the bottom of its channel. And this channel goes all the way back to 2022. It's an art, not a science, like they say. And realistically, something like that, maybe. All right, but pretty much right where we are. We've got a bid. Doesn't mean that it's going to catch this time. We get some volume. Okay, but we're not going to break. Yeah, 132 million. We're 120. Yeah, probably not 12 million at the end of the day. Nah, we've only done about 26 million all day. You need about 12 million to break that weekly volume. But Uber chopping around near the bottom part of its channel line. You jump over to Mickey D's. Yeah, look at this thing. McDonald's, the king of up channels right now from 2015 on a monthly. Check this thing out, man. You're right near the bottom of it, and you bounce again. Mickey D's up by 1.8% today. TJX, another great channel, is bringing these up in tandem. And look at this one breaking away. Whew, up another $4 today. Look at this. Ooh. All right, be careful on this one. Getting a little overextended on TJX. You pull up the channel line. Look at this thing. Now, whew, I don't know. You look at that, and you're like, whoa. Like, whoa. On the weekly basis, yeah, that's how you break it, man. Okay. On a daily, though, you're breaking above these highs on lighter volume Friday, and you're breaking out of the channel. But, boy, on a weekly basis, that's how you break the highs. Let's pull up the monthly. All right. We're going to have, we have a full week of trading left, but, and I say that as in we don't. You got 3.5 days. So very light, 3 days, and realistically Wednesday, everyone's going to be out as quick as they can for Thanksgiving. But yeah, TJX only about 5.7. You did 9 million yesterday, 8.5 on the way down on earnings, and 10 and 10 on the day prior. So not the type of volume you see want to break above that. Coals participate in everything. Now this is, when yields drop, certain equities, one of them coals, right? They got a lot of debt. 5.5% is what that equity alone's up today. Some of the companies that need to, whether it's refinance, right? They have short-term debt. I don't know Coal's exact debt profile, okay? But they're one of the companies. You see it today, man, 5.5%. And yeah, no news out there. Check out the Magnificent Seven. Amazon up by 1.8. Microsoft down by 0.8%. Yeah, Walmart off by 1.2. Let's check out Target. Yeah, look at this. The dogs are catching up today. Target up by 5.4%. Check out the banks. Citi up by 1.2. JP Morgan down 0.25%. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, slightly in the green, Bank of America as well. Let's jump around the heat map. Google up by 4%. Look at this thing. See Broadcom off by 1% right now. That's your S&P 500. Check out the NASDAQ 100. In Dow right now, Microsoft, Walmart, JP Morgan. You got Boeing up by 0.3%, and Chevron barely green. Jump over the uranium stocks. Constellation down by 2.2%. CCJ down by 3.4%. Check on the XAU. Barely in the green. HUI up by 0.8%. You got gold up by about $10. Yeah, that's a little give back. I was going to say that was up $25 when I started the program. Look at that. We just got some selling in gold, that's for sure. Jumping around to yields, the dollar. All right, let's check SMCI for our man Duncan Steve in the den. Up 2.6% today. Super Micro. Yeah, that's been quite a pullback as well, man. Whew, from 58 to 32. Let's check out the volume. So this is a daily. All right, we're bouncing, but boy, look at this bounce, right? We're bouncing, and we'll see. We'll get some volume on the close, all right? It'll be a big close, of course, with a big week. Volume on the close and the end of the week. But yeah, you're talking about 23 million versus 37 yesterday. It's going to be the lightest volume day of the week on that little bounce. Put this thing on a weekly. Yeah, we're breaking below. Look at this, the low of May 12th, 32.95, all that volume. We're below all that now. Realistically, you got maybe 25.71, the lows of this bar from February. Look at this chart longer term. I'm not stepping in front of that weekly right now. There's no reason to think that's going to bounce just yet, Steve. Develop, sells server and storage solutions. Yeah. Liquid and air-cooled AI servers for training, inferencing with integrated graphics GPUs. Yeah, maybe wait for a sign of strength. I just don't see it yet on that weekly especially. All right, folks, I got to jump out of here a little bit early today, unfortunately. But have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. We're going to replay this half hour right now. I'll see you Monday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, folks. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as